the end of the day. You gotta feel good at the end of the day. It's all that matters. Oh, I pray just to feel good at the end of the day.
Hello, fellow dorks, and welcome back to Alone in the Dork. Okay, we're back, and we are playing again. We're picking up right where we left off, and we seem to be doing okay. We're in the forest. We're a little lost. Okay, we're not lost. We're just off course. We're directly north of the tower. We're just trying to go a little bit northwest and make our way into this new set of woods and uncover whatever it is in this little area of Area 2 before we keep running afoul of other things. As far as I know, I didn't make any mistakes my last session. That is probably my first mistake, saying I didn't make any mistakes. Let's just jump back on in, and if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe and comment, blah, 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 self-promotion. It really helps my channel out, and it lets you know when I'm streaming these games. As I may have mentioned last session, I really am probably going to do a stream of this game because it's rules light enough to keep the ball moving pretty quick, and I can just have you guys making the decisions and rolling all the dice for me. Because when I make the decisions and roll the dice, it typically doesn't go very well. So let's hop back on our horse, get the wind in our face, and make our way into the woods to grandmother's house, into the woods to grandmother's house, and home before dark. Alrighty, so we are just northwest. Unfortunately, we gotta burn a bit more of our day traveling. So if we would have hit all of our orientation checks, we would have ended up where we freaking wanted to, but we didn't. So we're gonna spend the evening traveling, which will just get us to Special Event 2, and then we'll probably camp out there. Hopefully it's not like War Band Party or something like that. So let's see if I can go the right freaking direction. I'm assuming since I can move up to 3 hexes, if I keep getting all like screwed up, I can keep trying to like circumnavigate the area to at least get me to where I'm trying to get. So it is still windy, unfortunately, but let's make a push for 2. We do have a -20 because of the winds. That was a rough start to our day here, but my orientation is a 55. So I have a 35. Man, it's like the Lost Woods in Zelda all of a sudden. That's a 42. Gosh darn it. Okay, so I definitely don't go where I want to go. So we're missing our target area. I roll a 1d6. I roll a 2, which pushes me back to literally where I was. Oh, this is so embarrassing. You know what? The people who are like, hey, can you go do this stuff for us? They probably see me coming back around. I'm like, hey, I still can't hear you. It's just super windy. But yeah, that's embarrassing. So, okay. If you arrive at a hex that you have previously explored, aka it is not your first time here, when leaving it to move to an adjacent hex, you do not need to take an orientation skill check. So I kind of came back here by accident. So does that mean I get to like make my next check? Which kind of makes sense, because if you just roll unlucky, I could just be like an idiot just bouncing back and forth between these two places. So I feel like that's fine. But even though, again, in the order of operations, I failed the skill check, which is actually 4. And when you fail, it tells you where you go. We still need to roll the encounter and all that stuff. But I'm probably going to say, for sure, I see my tracks. I see those people who are probably like, you want to go that way. North. Go north. Go away from the tower you just left this morning. So, yeah, not too bright there. But let's see if they're pointing at actually an encounter or something. Uh-oh, they are. So maybe I'm like, what? I can't hear you. And hopefully they're not trying to warn me about something. So I'm in the forest and I encounter something. Let's find that encounter table. Our event table. Is that what it is? Yeah. This is a D66. I'm in a forest. I roll 2d6. Kya kya. This is a 25. I check for 25. Then I cross-reference it to forest, which is event 16. So click here. Biting Moskrin. Without warning, you hear... I got warning. Those people were pointing at it. You know, they were like 2 miles away pointing at it. Oh, no, I have a combat. Without warning, you hear a high-pitched buzzing growing louder around you. Suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by N+1 Moskrin. And I think the N means like number. It stands for like number of your party. So there's 1 of me currently. +1 is 2. So I think there are 2 of these like bloodthirsty insects drawn by the scent of my blood. Their sharp, needle-like proboscises glisten as they circle and prepare to attack. So I got these like sturges, basically. Okay, Moskrin. Is that hyperlinked? Oh, that would have been nice. Engage the Moskrin in combat, using their stats to resolve the encounter. Be cautious, as these creatures are relentless in the pursuit of blood. Okay. God dang it. Yeah, the people are probably pointing at the Moskrin. I was like so embarrassed that I got turned around that I didn't see they're actually pointing at these big mosquito monsters. All right, let's scroll down to Moskrin. Wasn't this the guy who was yelling at us earlier, Skullcrin? Isn't that how we can heal? Oh, that's good to know. We can still heal. I'll probably need that here shortly. Wasn't like Falkrin the Skullcrin? Is that him? All right. Moskrin. Here we go. Monster. The Moskrin is a giant mosquito-like insect that has emerged from the fearsome and frigid world of midnight, measuring 6 inches in length and with a wingspan of 1 foot. Okay. It boasts an icy blue exoskeleton and frost-patterned wings, providing excellent camouflage. This silent predator employs its toothed proboscises to feed on the blood of warm-blooded prey, injecting an anesthetic and anticoagulant to ensure a painless and uninterrupted meal. Well, that's good. Nobody wants their meal interrupted. Adapted to extreme cold, the Moskrin is a master of survival in its harsh environment. Okay, so how does this work? I don't know. So its defensive value is a 20. So I will re-explain this hopefully better this time. So my combat skill. And I do have a chance to run away, I think. I'll check that because that's maybe what I do. I'm on a horse. I hope that I can outrun these creepy butterfly monsters. Okay, so my combat is a 40. And their defensive value is a 20. So for me to hit them, I need to roll above a 20, but below a 40. So that is basically a span of 20. So I basically have a 1 in 5 chance of hitting one of these things, and there's 2 of them. Again, my character is not built for combat. My character is built for running away. So I think to escape, I may make opposed perception rolls. I think. So let's look that up real quick. So let's find combat. Fleeing before combat. This is what I'm looking for. And I do have my little stone thing I can break and run away as well. I don't know if I want to use that just yet, but I may have to. If you wish to avoid combat before it begins, ensure the enemies haven't spotted you. You can attempt to escape stealthily by making an opposed skill check, which is a stealth skill roll versus their perception. I got a 60. Okay. If you succeed and the enemy fails, you can escape to the previous hexagon, to the previous one. So that would push me back to where I just came from, okay? Always moving the same direction from which you came. When you return, the same enemy will be present and their HP will full. Oh, so they'll hang out there. So I'll just need to like mark that there's a Moskrin there. If both you and the enemy succeed, the lower result wins. Okay, I think I'm going to try to flee. I'm not built for combat. You can see right here, I can also throw a fogstone, which I do have. All right, let's go back to this Moskrin and see what we got here. Just in case you didn't quite know, this is what we're up against. Jeez, I'm just looking at its damage. D6 damage? Like, how much health do I have? Oh, I have 50 health. Okay, I'm a little bit stronger than I thought. Boy, their loot, which makes sense. It's like a wing or a leg. You think their proboscis would be worth something. Okay, I just want to get out of here. Their perception is 30, and my stealth is 60. So basically, I want to roll a 60 or below, and it wants to roll a 30 or below. If both of us get below our skills, the lowest result will be the winner. So let's see what they do. And as usual, I usually roll red for the baddies. So this is a 30 or below for them. It failed. That's good. I think in the event of ties, I win. So hooray! I'm also on a horse, so maybe they see me and I just run away, but let's not count those chickens because they're still hatching. All right, here we go. Here's my stealth. I have a 60. Come on. 70 freaking 3. Okay, so what happens? If both you and the enemy succeed, that didn't happen. If you both fail, the lower result wins. Oh my God. I just realized it got a 74 and I got a 73. I win by 1 freaking point. That's amazing. So again, it probably does see me and I just start galloping off. And it just can't keep up with my horse, with Epona. So it looks like I go back here again. I don't think that took any time in my traveling, but this did return me to an area I've already been. I need to write down that there is some of those Moskrin, 2 Moskrin. I don't know if I spelled it right. Okay, so I did escape from that. I don't get anything for that. I didn't get any XP, and that's fine. Because, again, I only had a 1 in 5 chance of hitting them, so it would have taken me possibly 10 turns to kill them. And then I don't even know how much damage I do. I think I just do 1d6 damage. So, we're moving again. I think it's still that movement turn. I don't think when you encounter something, your turn ends. So I do go back in that area I was already at least that people can't see me. I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to save face a bit here. I'm supposed to be this like big hero, and I'm still like, it's evening's approaching, and I'm like 3 miles outside of town. I'm in an already explored hex. I have been here. And when you leave to move to an adjacent hex, you do not need to make the orientation skill check. So hooray, I did make it to 2 finally. Oh man, I'm not super heroic at the moment. So if you're at a special site, consult the special sites table. That makes sense. Let's do that. I'm at number 2, the Forest of Shadows. Lord Blood resides here. Okay, that makes sense because there's those mosquitoes out here. That makes, or Moroks or whatever they're called. A loyal ally to the Fae, eager to assist me. Oh, forgive me, Lord of Shadows, if we offend. Lord of Shadows doesn't have a horse. Oh, so he travels by foot. Follow the companion rules. Oh, cool. And how the friends work in combat, they are their own entity, and they can be hit. So there's just basically like a flow chart that we set up, and like I choose who is first and who is second, and then enemies will attack him first, then they'll attack me, then him, then me. But when he attacks the Lord of Shadows, he just gives me a bonus. And I just add that to Morkin. I just have this bonus as long as I have the Lord of Shadows. His name is going to be Oberon, because if anyone knows Midsummer Night's Dream, Oberon is Lord of Shadows. So cool, we got a friend. Let's consult the companion rules and just double check how that works. So we've learned a little bit about combat and how to get out of it. And now we're learning a bit about getting lost in the woods and then finding Oberon. So good to know. Oh, do I not get him okay, maybe I didn't get him automatically. Maybe I have to approach. So during your adventure, you may have the opportunity to recruit companions. So I think I need to like approach him. So maybe I gotta wait till tomorrow to do that. Maybe like first thing in the morning, I'll approach him. So I just get to him, he's there. But I feel like I need to spend an action approaching. So okay, to recruit a companion, I need to do the approach action. I travel through the evening, so I get here. And maybe I just know this dude's here, and I was just like looking for him, I couldn't find him. And I'm a freaking shadow stalker as well. You think I'd be able to find the Lord of Shadows? Not too well, apparently. When you arrive at a special site and check the special sites table, you may be informed someone, usually a lord, is present. So to recruit them, I need to approach. It's an action, which consumes a quarter of the day. So I gotta like, oh, great Lord of Shadows. And then I roll a d6. Okay, so the ice sphere level currently is a 1, which means the roll of a 1 means he is too scared to join me. Oh, Falkrin the Skullcrin, he'll automatically join. But where is he? He was yelling at me earlier, back in the tower, about how great he is. That would have been nice. So, companions, how they'll work. And again, I'm getting a little premature because I can't get him till tomorrow morning. I'm just kind of thinking this through. Companions consume rations, so I may have to start doing some fishing here soon as well. They take damage, they don't take fatigue, and I can get rid of them whenever I want. When the ice sphere reaches level 3, I roll a d10 at the start of every day for a companion. Once the ice sphere level starts getting high enough, they may just like abandon the mission. That stinks. So it is now night. I mean, I could try to approach, but I feel I need to camp, don't I? What happens if you don't camp? You can only camp at night, which involves sleeping. Well, that makes sense. You would recover health and fatigue, which isn't a concern. I don't know if I actually have to camp. I mean, he's a Lord of Shadows. You'd think I could go up to him at night. New day, check weather, choose an action. Is it night? Yes. Consume a ration. So I don't have to camp. Camping's just a way to get health back, it looks like. So, I mean, I guess just setting up camp is just a good way to get health. For the final quarter night, you may choose any action, although the most common is camping as it involves sleeping and recovering health and fatigue, which I haven't had any of yet. Oh, here we go. If you choose any other action, you'll incur a -10 penalty on all skill checks performed at night, which I'm not making any skill checks, which is surprising. I don't need to make charisma checks or whatever to recruit people. And gain an additional, here we go, +5 fatigue for not sleeping. I think my fatigue max is like a 4, if that's what I'm looking. Yeah. All right. Looks like I'm sleeping. Got me right at the very end. I read the fine print. Gosh darn it. If you choose to camp, you must make a camp skill check. If you fail, you roll on the camping trouble table. All right. So, okay, this is how we find these things out. Well, let's try to camp first, and then I gotta eat a ration. So, camping check, 45. Is this at a minus 20 because it's windy? It may be. Doesn't matter because I rolled a 70. I failed that. Camping trouble table. At the end of the day, I consume a ration for myself and each companion. So I'm going to go just do that now before I forget. So I'm kind of sitting there in the wind, having a bad time. I'm going to eat one of my rations, which I have a handful of. So I got a ration. Yay! A camping trouble table. Boo! Roll a d10. A 6. The area where you camped is very wet and windy. Oh no. Preventing you from making a fire and leaving you to endure the damp and the cold. Add 3 fatigue. That stinks. All right. That wasn't a very great night. I do wake up. It is morning. It's still kind of dark, so it's still shadowy, so I can still find the Lord of Shadows. And I need to roll for weather, I think. So I do roll a 1d10. Come on. 3! Yay! It's a nice day. So it's a nice clear day. So I'm feeling a little drowsy. Again, I didn't do super well last night. I had a lot of trouble kind of maneuvering around. I'm looking for this guy without a horse. And I'm going to go up to him, and I'm going to just try to win over his services. It is morning. I am doing the approach action. I do mark off a day as well. All right, we're 1/30th of the way through this game. Oh, man. Watch me roll a freaking 1. Oh, good. Okay. Yay! I got the Lord of Shadows. Where is he at? Here we go. The Lord of Shadows HP is a 35. Oh, okay, good to know. Oh, he gives me a +2 defense and +1 damage and +2 perception and +10 foraging. Okay, that's pretty fun. And he gives me 6 rations. Well, that's nice of you. And he's Fey, so like maybe he's like my uncle or something. So I get a +3 melee, which will bump my melee up to a 43. He gives me a +2 to my defense. I like that. And he gives me a +1 damage, and that's nice. Oh, so instead of updating my character sheet, I just update it right here in this little section here. So I'm at 10 rations. Great, thank you, sir. And, oh, and he gives me another bonus. What was it? A +10 to my foraging. That's cool. Thank you, Lord of Shadows. That was successful. And now I'm slower, though, because we're on foot. And I don't know where I'm going. So me and Oberon here, we're in the plains of Ashamar. There's these ruins, there's some mountains, there's a keep. All looks pretty fun. Let's zoom out a bit, see what we got here. What's going on? I mean, I feel like the trick is, like, all on the west, there's some, like, really cool stuff. But again, that's taking us out of our way. The Lake Ashamar. Is that, like, the only place I can fish? I mean, I guess it's the special sites are the ones that mean the most. The other ones are we kind of, like, generate. So there's a little bit of randomness to them. Mirror Henge. That looks fun. Lake Miro. See, now I am finding lakes, and that freaks me out. Is that literally the only place I can fish? Moonhenge. Ooh, that looks exciting. The Citadel of Gloom. Keep of Blood. Okay. Should we just go to the Keep of Blood? I mean, it's nearby. Is it bad? There's Lake Blood. It's like Lake Bled. I've been there in Slovenia. It's really pretty. Ooh, the Citadel of Shimmeril. Let's just head east. Yeah, there's like a village. Yeah, let's go east. That looks fun. And there's a lot of numbers over there. That makes me happy. So I have a friend. It's a nice clear day. So I guess he's just like walking alongside me while I'm on my horse, like a jerk. All right, buddy, let's go. We're going to start clomping our way, I guess, to the Keep of Blood, whatever that means. Let's see what we got over there. Okay, so let's travel. I think we can only move 2 squares, though, unfortunately. Oh, if your fatigue is higher than your max fatigue, you cannot travel, and I am not far from that. Good to know. Travel distance. If one companion lacks a horse, the entire group goes slower. Okay, so we are walking through a forest, 2 hexes per quarter of the day. All right. Let's go through the already explored hex, because we know we can get to that. So I've already been there twice. So going to here, I do need to roll if there is an encounter. Shoot, there is. Actually, encounters are fun, so I'm kind of excited by that. So we do find something. All right, here we go. We are in a forest. 2d6. A 43. All right, let's see what this is. Lost equipment from backpack. Uh-oh. As you make your way through an area of dense, overgrown vegetation, the plants tug and tear at your clothing and gear. The thick foliage forces you to clear a path with your weapons, making progress slow and arduous. After some time, the vegetation begins to thin out, and you find yourself on a clear path once more. However, as you adjust your backpack, you realize with alarm that you've lost something along the way. Roll a d6. No, man. Maybe I have too much in my backpack. Maybe I couldn't have gotten that compass. Let's check inventory, make sure I didn't screw up. You can only carry equipment that fits within the slots on your character's backpack. 6 items. Money, rations, lockpicks, and bandages do not take up space. So my bandages did not take up space, so actually I have exactly what I need. Oh, and lockpicks. Great. I actually have extra space there. So I roll a 1d6 and I lose whatever's in that slot. Oh, man. Sadly enough, actually, I was about to say I don't want to lose that fishing rod, but that compass would be bad too. I don't want a 2 or a 4. Oh, 6. Yes! Yeah! Nothing! So no, it's just a false alarm. I should reread the entry, but I don't remember which one it was. Let's see here. If you have no item in the position indicated, you are fortunate. Hooray! All right. Oh, we're still traveling. We can still move one more. We need to make an orientation check moving through this forest. We are headed east. Ideally, we're going northeast. So let's make our orientation check. We do have a +10. Our orientation is a 45. +10 is a 55. God dang it, 57. Roll a 1d6. Like a 1. Oh, man. All right, so I go here. I'm like, oh, there's the Tower of the Moon. Whoops. So this is our last section. We end up in the wrong space. I do need to roll if we do get an encounter here in this forest. We do not. That was the afternoon. We're going to keep on moving. It's evening. Wow, we're getting a little concerned about how long this is taking me to move. We're going towards the plains as we very slowly make our way to this keep. Wow, it's going to take a while to get to the Keep of Blood. So let's keep on trucking. 2 hexes per day. I want to be going northeast. So let's just make another one of those checks. Jeez, failed at that as well. So I want to be going northeast. A 6. All right, that's not too bad. I end up in these plains. I do need to roll if I encounter anything here. I do not. Okay, I'm going to keep on moving. Again, I'm trying to go northeast. There we go. Finally, I did get to go where I wanted to go. That was nice. I'm back into these woods, and I encounter something. Okay, another woodland encounter. Here we go. And that was the last of my movement. I mean, that was another day just to get there. Now I'm 1/15th of the way through the game. I may need to dump this dude. Like, I can't wait on your slow butt, buddy. So we encounter something in these woods. What do we got here? Let's roll the D66. That is a 16. A tree falls. I hear it. As you walk through the snow-covered landscape, the weight of ice and snow becomes too much for a large branch above. Without warning, it snaps and begins to plummet towards you. Uh-oh. Make it... Oh, actually, I'm good at athletics. I always think it's strength-based, but in this game, it's dex-based. Make an athletics check. Alrighty. My athletics is a 50. All right. Yeah. Big old fail. If you succeed, I did not. If you fail, I get hit by a tree branch. D6 damage. Ouch. 4. That knocks me down to 46 points of damage. So that may be a good indicator that it is time to set up camp for this eve, because that was our day. I recruited someone. We made it a little bit further through his forest, the Forest of Shadows. And you'd think the Lord of Shadows would know the Forest of Shadows a bit better. I guess we kind of... Wow. Do I get like a Pegasus or something? How the heck am I supposed to get up there? Okay, that was our day. We are going to camp, which I need to camp because my fatigue is so high. Camping. You can only camp at night. I will. Which also involves sleeping. Great. Oh, God. We got to do the camp check. Does he help me camp? King of Shadows, do you help me camp? No. All right. I guess I still get a +10 to it because it's clear. So it's like easy like to gather firewood and stuff like that. So my camping skill is a 45, but I got a +10. So a 55. Come on. Yay, 45. I got it. Hooray, we camped. If successful. Oh, if you don't succeed on this, you don't get any health back. Okay, it's not a guaranteed success for recovery of health. So if successful, we all recover, which he doesn't need it, D6 +2 health. Of course, I roll a 1. All right, well, I'm close enough. 49. And more importantly, D6 fatigue, and that's what I need to recover. Oh my God. 1. So I'm down to 2 fatigue out of 4. And again, if I'm fatigued, I can't travel. Okay. I need to spend 2 rations because it is nighttime and we are eating. So 2 rations for both of us. Nom, 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 nom. We're going to eat the rations he gave us. It's Shadow Lembris bread. Oh, all right. And there goes all my healing ability too. If you remember, that guy yelled randomly at me in the Tower of the Moon. He didn't join me. He just yelled at me. So that ability is gone. That plus 10 to healing. The healing skill, I should say. Rations are down to 8. I gotta go fishing soon too. I hope the Lord of Shadows likes fish. Okay, and I think that's a great place to stop. Let's just hop back up to the top and I'll let you go. Okay, and I feel like we're getting a pretty good feel for the game. We're moving pretty quick. Granted, we haven't done the ruins and all that kind of stuff, which I'm slowly headed towards. And that'll probably be a little bit more procedural and probably a little bit more crunchy in regards to like building what we're exploring and all that stuff. But yeah, we seem to be doing pretty well. I guess we're moving along. We're 3 hexes away from where we started 2 days ago. We've only got 28 days to go, and we got a long way to go. But I have a friend, so that's pretty exciting. And for those of you who are watching who are like, dude, when you finishing Warren of the Ratkin? I think we're going to do one more episode of this, and that is when I'm going to shut down Warren of the Ratkin and tally up the votes, if there have been any votes. And that is when we will decide the fate of Sir Alistair Merryweather. And also, I will be doing Rift Breakers and this game concurrently. So again, got a lot of games, a lot of rule sets in my head here, but I really love this game. This one's super fun. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this leads. And like, I'm excited to explore some ruins and all that kind of good stuff. So again, this has been the Lords of Midnight solo adventure game, Morkin. And I'm Avery with Alone in the Dork. And until next time, stay dorky, my friends.